And we're back. So, technical difficulties. My camera really only operates, it seems, for 10 minutes at a time before video capacity drains the battery. So, we were right in the middle of something good, though. Mm-hmm. So, this is a story about some kids in high school. Mm-hmm. And I guess, why don't you feel free to start over for the folks at home.
So basically what I was just kind of what I think of, the kind of feeling that I think of sometimes when I think of friendship, which is, I guess, so there was a kid who had, I guess he was a freshman, a younger kid, had gotten into some trouble with some older kids, most likely drug related, that's speculative, and I guess the older kids had said in advance to a group of his friends in the cafeteria that, like, when we come in, we're going to sit down and you all need to leave. And so they came in and sat down and all the other kids left and it was just him and like these big older kids, which sounds terrifying. And so I guess what I think of with, somebody being a good friend is somebody who, the friend at the table who would get it, like the one person who would get up or just not leave when everybody else did and just kind of stay there. That's the, especially knowing that he probably did something really stupid to get himself into that situation, but, person's there. And then, so that was that story.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was going to say is just that I kind of popped into my head is, conveys a similar kind of feeling is I have a good friend named Georgia who, whenever I talk to her about any kind of a problem or like just the life goals or anything like that, she'll say, "I'm Team Evan," and she's a very like, I don't know what the word is, but when she says it, she means it. Wow, Georgia is totally Team Evan. I believe her. I'm Team Georgia as well.
That actually brings up a really good point. Like, a lot of my friends, like from middle school, high school, even college, are my teammates from sports teams. Not everyone does sports, but like I think teammate is like a really good synonym for friend. Those people who like struggle together and have your back.
Yeah, no, that's a good metaphor.
On the topic of kids, there was one character that you were infatuated with as a kid. Do you want to say who that was?
I was Christopher Robin for a few years when I was younger. I was lived the role really. I went for like a checkup with the pediatricians. They had asked me my name. I said Christopher Robin because that was what I believed.
But this was for a few years.
Yeah, this is for a long time. I really was in it. It was like that Jim Carrey documentary we watched. Okay. And then after that, I eventually kind of grew out of it and got more mature and became Luke Skywalker firefighter instead of Christopher Robin. So.
I don't know if I heard the firefighter part yet.
Oh yeah, they have good pictures of me as Luke Skywalker with like one of those, like, it's supposed to be an oxygen tank, but it's like a empty box of Quaker Oats that my a wonderful woman named Patty made for me by cutting holes in the oats box and putting like straps through so I could wear it as a backpack.
Oh my god, I need a picture of that, dude.
Okay.
That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find one.
Japers. So I was gonna ask, why do you think Japers? I was gonna ask, why do you think that persisted for like multiple years? Because like kids go through fantasy phases, but I don't think I've ever heard of anyone being someone for like multiple years.
I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't really remember very well because it was a long time ago, but I don't know. I'm just kind of that kind of a kid who really liked, just loved like stories and pretending and used to like go to the playground and have like videos of me kind of running around at the playground pretending, like kind of narrating what was going on, like I was getting chased by bad guys and like jumping over things and then there's alligators in the water and just kind of yelling and narrating the whole thing. And then my little brother, like 2 years old with his glasses, just like looking up at the camera and looking at me. So, yeah, I guess that was that might be related to it.
Word. trying to keep an eye on time here. And we're not going to get to all of the questions I asked that I have written down and prepared.
You can do a lightning round if you want.
We could do a lightning round. I do want to touch on though food. Food is very important in this household, as it is in most households. How would you describe your relationship with food?
My relationship with food, it's probably different than most people's. I really like food a lot. I think it's one of the great pleasures in life, and I have no problem spending more money to eat well, and I was lucky enough to have, growing up, parents who cooked very good, like, nutritious food. Like, I think the first time I ever, like, didn't have dinner one day, I was like 22. So I don't know. I really like food.
What happened that day you didn't have dinner?
What was it? I think I had like a practice or a rehearsal or something, and ended up getting home really late and had to do something in the morning and just had like a little snack or something and went to bed. But yeah, it's generally really an important thing. And I think that, I guess maybe it comes from mealtime was a very important ritual growing up. Like, it was every night my family, like, we would all sit down and have dinner together. And it wasn't just like people can eat at their own times. Like, if you're done, you want to get up, you have to say, "May I be excused?" And sometimes the answer's no.
Woo! Fire.
Yeah. But, I just think that was a really important ritual for us anyway. And I was kind of shocked getting to college and people kind of like coming into the dining hall, and then like 20 minutes later they're gone. And I would have like a friend or two, and we would just sit for a pretty long time.
I think, like, before Netflix and chill was even a verb, we had Wismer chill.
Yeah, it didn't have the same connotation because Wismer is a very public location.
Wismer is the dining hall at our college. Wismer's fair. Why does Netflix and chill have such a sexual connotation to it?
Why?
Yeah.
I think it's because, well, I don't know. My guess is the internet created this, but just where it comes from is just people saying like, do you want to come over and have like Netflix and chill, just like hoping that it'll turn into something else because you're already like lying on the couch together, snuggled up.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sneaky.
Yeah.
But now you can't say that.
I know, right? It used to be sneaky.
What we get? So what's the new?
New Netflix? We have to come up with one.
Do you want to do an interview with me? No, I'm just kidding. That's not what this is gonna be. Oh wow. Okay, lightning round. Favorite meal to cook and favorite meal to eat?
Favorite meal? I probably curry for both.
Wow, you're a savage.
Mm.
What are you listening to right now?
Like music-wise?
Yeah.
Other
than me, my voice.
Listen to a lot of Ziggy Alberts this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard you mention him before.
Yeah, a good friend of mine named Ellie actually sent me one of his songs like many months ago, and I discovered a couple other ones, so I was listening to that a lot this morning. Been trying to listen to like soothing music a little bit lately. That and some old Ed Sheeran yesterday.
That's right.
Yeah, just because, I don't know, I've been a little bit stressed out coming home from work and just wanting to like decompress.
Most definitely.
That was not a lightning answer, sorry.
That's okay.
Let's go.
Alright, this is, I think we're gonna go last question here. Hopefully my camera stays on. I'm looking at you, camera. Okay, last question. We talk a lot, the two of us, about all sorts of things. Most of the time we agree on most important topics. We have lots of trivial disagreements, but in today's world, I think it's getting harder and harder to disagree with people. Would you agree?
Harder and harder to disagree with people?
That's not actually the question. I got a little bit left to say.
Oh.
I think everyone who has access to the internet can get stuck in a cycle of looking at information that already reinforces what we believe. And then when you meet people in real life, you're like, how can you think that? But it's because they haven't been plugged into the same stream of information going directly through our eyeballs into our brain. So my question is, how do we disagree with people?
How you mean how should we?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a fuck.
No, that was
You
a
should have
great,
written the questions.
it
Man.
was a great question. I was just clarifying. Yeah, go guys. Yeah, go make a little edit. Come back and talk to me. How should we disagree with people? I guess. I mean, the most key, I guess, is just to make a really sincere effort to listen.
What? The cheap.
Yeah, just to try to actually understand what the person is feeling and why they think what they think. The crazy things that they think. And like what, could possibly lead them to think that love actually is not a good Can't get past this.
Dude, oh my god, wow. I can't believe you brought it full circle!
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just really the most important thing is just empathy. Like when you really, I think most of the time if you really make an effort to actually understand the person, then you'll have a much harder time being like really angry at them. Because then, you just kind of see their humanity. So yeah, I guess that's the most important thing. And then from there, everything else kind of comes naturally.
Yeah, so we kind of solved arguments, I guess, just now.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Okay. I'm afraid the camera's